He's had enough. In a fiery takedown that's already sending shockwaves across social media, Tommy Robinson doesn't hold back, unleashing a brutal rant aimed at Gary Lineker and other virtue signaling. Whether you agree with him or not, what you're about to hear is raw, unapologetic, and absolutely scathing. Let's have a watch. But first, hit the like button and subscribe for more. Have a watch.
Hey Gaza, now the statistics are coming out about all the migrants in the hotels. Let's have a look at them. 18 British women by migrants staying in hotels. So we house them, we feed them, we fund everything with our taxpayers' money. They come into the hotels and then they our daughters or our mothers. It's 18, Gary. You're the wanker holding up signs saying refugees welcome. You're the wanker that imported this. And wankers like you, okay? Because there's so many of them. Don't let them forget it. 18 women. I care about those women. I don't give a about some Afghani or Pakistani or Iraqi or Syrian. I care about British women. 35 sexually assaulted, children and women, by the ones just in the hotels. Now, if you look at it, only 1.3% of cases are prosecuted. So if we've had 18 prosecutions, how many other women have been? Know this, Gary, every one of those is on people like you, because you're the people who shut down debate. You're the people who make the British public too scared to talk about it by branding everyone a bloody racist. Whilst your kids and your grandkids, no doubt, are in private school, in gated communities, living protected by this mess and these barbarians that you're importing. You know the Afghanis, we must help them. 100,000 just come in. 22 times more likely to and sexually assault than British people. You don't care, do you? Well, we care. Every one of us cares. You know the little girl who was sexually assaulted in Epping, in her school uniform? You know the outraged community? Well, Gary Lineker and people like him think you're racist and have labelled you all as racist because you're concerned. So if you want safety for your daughter, Gary Lineker, all the other celebrities holding up their refugees welcome, shutting down debate, shutting down the concerns, the legitimate fears of British families, shutting you down as racist. Don't let him be remembered as a footballer. Let him be remembered as a sellout traitor to our country. To those women, Gary, read the stories. Do me a favour, they're the ones in the hotels. Go online, Google refugees. You're from Leicester, aren't you? There's about 7 cases of refugees, women just in Leicester. Refugee rape Leeds. Women walking down the canal getting refugee Manchester. Any city. They're being brought into our country. The safety of your families are at risk. And it's not just the imported barbarians that are responsible for this. They've got their ideology, they've got their culture, and they've got their subhuman views of non-Muslim women. That's part of who they are. 99% of Afghanis in Afghanistan want Sharia law. What does Sharia law promote against non-Muslim women? Legitimate. They can take you as sexual slaves. That's what it promotes. Do I blame them? That's their idea. I blame the politicians who let this happen. You see now the Conservative MP coming out saying we've got to close down the Bell Hotel, acting like he's on the right side of history. For 5 years they've been there. What have you done? Why are you talking now? Every one of us know this is happening. In towns and cities across the UK, they are literally running their way through our country. They're responsible, so are your politicians, and so are your Gary Linekers. Every last one of them. Anyone who held up refugees welcome. Do you know why? Because none of them are refugees. They've all come through 18 safe countries. They were safe in Turkey. They're certainly safe in France. They're safe. The people like you who shut down debate are responsible. I hope you read every case that happens because it infuriates us. Infuriates every decent British citizen. And you're on the wrong side of history.
In other news, Nigel Farage has been accused of threatening almost 1 million jobs with Reform UK's war on clean energy. The Labour Party issued a stark warning that Reform UK's opposition to clean energy could put more than 950,000 jobs at immediate risk across Britain. The party claims Farage's war on clean energy jobs would threaten employment in thriving industries throughout the country. Scotland could lose 100,700 positions, whilst Yorkshire and the Humber faces 70,500 job losses, and the East Midlands stands to lose 67,450 roles, according to Labour. Farage's ideological stance against renewable energy would strip communities of employment opportunities and cost billions in lost investment from industrial areas, the party claims. The warning comes as the Labour government continues promoting clean energy development through its plan for change, citing enhanced energy security and economic growth as key benefits. Reform UK's deputy leader Richard Tice has taken direct action against renewable energy companies, writing to their executives on July 16 to put them on formal notice. Tice has openly welcomed the possibility of clean energy investors withdrawing from Britain. He previously declared that Reform would wage war against clean energy and employ every lever to block renewable energy developments. The party's anti-investment position could jeopardize Britain's opportunity to reduce dependence on fossil fuel markets controlled by leaders such as Putin, Labour argues. They say that this stance risks keeping British families exposed to volatile and elevated energy prices. Since July 2024, the Labour government claims it has secured over £40 billion in private investment announcements for Britain's clean energy sectors. Data from CBI Economics reveals that Britain's clean energy and net zero economy currently supports nearly 1 million full-time equivalent jobs, spanning sectors from offshore wind to electric vehicles and heat pumps to hydrogen. The regional breakdown shows London leading with 153,700 positions, followed by the South East with 123,900 jobs. The Northwest employs 96,800 people in the sector, whilst the West Midlands supports 83,000 roles. The Climate Change Committee projects that between 135,000 and 725,000 net new jobs could emerge in low-carbon sectors by 2030. These positions would include opportunities in offshore wind, hydrogen production, grid expansion, and heat pump manufacturing and installation. Labour warns these future employment prospects could be permanently lost under Reform's anti-investment approach to renewable energy. Labour's Energy Minister Michael Shanks MP said, Nigel Farage's war on clean energy is a war on jobs, and working people from Hull to Derby to Scotland would lose jobs and opportunities if Farage's party was ever allowed to impose its anti-jobs, anti-growth ideology on the country. Reform UK's energy surrender plan would leave bills high for families and businesses, keeping the UK stuck on the roller coaster of fossil fuel markets. He added, Labour was elected to deliver real change for communities, and we are securing the good jobs that can boost people's livelihoods and rebuild our country's industrial backbone through our plan for change. We won't let Farage and his ideologues stand in the way of these jobs. Reform UK's deputy leader Richard Tice said, Labour's reckless net zero fantasies are destroying hundreds of thousands of industrial jobs, costing taxpayers £12 billion a year in renewable subsidies and leaving us with some of the highest energy bills in the world. The OBR confirms that £30 billion of taxpayer money is being poured into net zero projects. These policies are crippling our economy and driving people out of this country. Reform will scrap net zero, which is costing us a fortune, driving up energy bills and stalling growth, and invest in nuclear modular reactors, oil drilling, and getting Britain back to work. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.